Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, traders and students all around the world. This is FXPassion broadcasting you live on YouTube. And this is Forex Trading Course 101. How is everybody? Just give me a second, everybody. Okay. Remember, we are over the basic module and the beginner module. And what we're trying to do, we're trying to build the three pillars, right? Pillar number one is the strategy and or the system. Pillar number two is risk management. And pillar number three, the big one, is the psychology part. And talking about psychology, what do champion traders say? Champion traders say that, what? Champion beginner traders say that I'm not going to live and die on a trade by trade basis, right? It's just one trade. And of course, we are in the Forex trading week. Please everybody, these webinars are not trading or investment advice. The webinars are for educational purposes only. And remember that 90% of traders lose money in the Forex market worldwide. For homeworks and questions, you have my Gmail contact, my Skype contact, and my LinkedIn contact. Hello, time to shine, sir. Hello, Zuelius. Hello, Miguel. Hello, King. So please type in the chat, everybody, what currency pair do you want to check? Yesterday we talked about GBP JPY, and I don't remember it was you time to shine or Salbakti asked for AUD JPY. AUD JPY, and remember, first comes, first served. Okay, it depends on the question, but most likely we have time maximum for one pair or two, right? Time to shine, AUD JPY, I am long 1 hour. It was you time to shine asking yesterday? Was it you yesterday asking for AUD JPY? Okay, great. So this is the upper band, this is the lower band, right? And we have the market structure: low, high, low, high, low. I mean, AUD JPY is one of the easy ones, right? In order to trade and in order to understand and see bias and direction, you know. Yes, sir, please, of course. Okay. So, you know the protocol, everybody, from yesterday, right? And this is the protocol, you know. What is the market doing LT long term, and what is the market doing ST short term, and what is the market doing right now? Okay, everybody? And especially time to shine. What is the market doing long term on AUD JPY monthly chart? What is the market doing short term on the monthly chart? And what is the market doing right now on the monthly chart? And in the meantime, everybody, I have a 20 seconds delay on the chat. We are going to draw some pivot points and support resistance. Right, pivot point, clone. Let's see, we have one more, something like this. Low to high, where is the connection? Low to, okay, yes, something like this. Do we have one more? Maybe something, let me check. This is the high. Okay, we have this one. And of course we have this, but this is support. Let me check this one first. What would be this one? Pivot point, maybe. This is support, I believe. Let's color code this in green and clone, and we have another support in here, right? Okay. TradingView has more data with a lower of FIV58. Maybe the difference is time to shine because I'm using New York close charts, maybe. Okay, maybe this is the reason, I don't know, but still okay, no problem. Okay, everybody, so what is the market doing long term, short term, and right now? What do you think? Long term is short, short term is long, right now up. No, sir. No. Zuelius, no. No, sir. No, sir. Zuelius, from yesterday we talked about what is the tool that we are going to use to determine what is the market doing right now. Everybody, what is the tool that we are going to determine the market right now? Come on, time to shine. You asked for AUDJPY. What is the market doing long term? What is the market doing short term? And what is the market doing right now? And everybody else, of course. Miguel, Annie, Eddington, Vincent, Victor, Christian, Salbakti, Dennis, Romer. Come on. What is the market doing long term? What is the market doing short term? What is the market doing right now? Zuelio said long term short, short term long, and right now says up. Said no, sir. Last candle, candlestick formation. So what is last candle, Zuelius? Is it up? Is it down? Time to shine, you are long, right? On the 1 hour chart now, if you are long on the 1 hour chart, how does your trade look like from the monthly perspective right now? And everybody else, remember what we are trying to teach you is how to think. Okay, so you are long 1 hour chart, no problem, there is no right or wrong. We are going to check in about 20 minutes or so, hopefully. But how is your long trade? How does it look like based on what you see on the monthly chart? Hello Christian, hello Annie. Short term is short. With that candle, long term I have long because I continued the low as lower band from previous data. Pretty bad. Why is that? I would agree with you from the monthly standpoint. I would agree with you pretty bad. But why is that? Why is that? You know? And everybody, again, what is the market doing long term? Long term is structure, everybody. Long term is structure, so still the market, this is just how you talk, right? This is just market structure definition. The market can go up and up and up until here, you know, until here somewhere. And if the question goes, what is the market doing long term? On the monthly chart, the answer would be the market long term is still down, because what the term determines long term on every time frame, not just monthly. Some of you are still confusing monthly and the weekly and the daily and the 1-2 hours is structure. So long term, this market is still down. What is the market doing short term? When we're talking about short term, then short term is the short term trend. So are the highs and lows. Everybody, next week we are passed over this knowledge, this kind of information. So lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, right? So what is the market doing short term is this. Long term is down, short term looks like that we are up. Right? Christian, long term long. No sir, long term is short. Short term short. No sir, it is exactly the opposite. Now is short. Hello Salbakti. Because the candlestick is bearish. Yes sir. Long term short. No sir. Long term is short. Yes, sorry. Long term short. Yes. $1 million question for the beginner trader. What is the market most likely going to do and why? What is the market going to do? And now we're talking about trading. We are talking about trading and why? From the monthly chart. So everybody, if you want to improve your trading, if you ask me, you can reject what we're teaching you. But if you ask me when you analyze the chart before you enter the trade, you should answer those questions. This is the protocol. On every time frame. What is the market doing long term? What is the market doing short term? What is the market doing right now? And what is the market going to do? And we are talking about trading and why. What is the market going to do most likely, right? Because we don't have the crystal ball. Most likely. And why? And this morning I had a conversation with a Japanese trader, everybody, and he said to me, oh, but this is a lot of work. And I said, well, what do you expect, Do you expect to be easy? But should I do this on every time frame? Of course. You need to make sense. And remember, everybody, this is the beginner level. Imagine the professional level. This is beginner stuff. Everybody. Time to shine, sir, but yesterday you said it was to do with the candlestick. Yes, sir, time to shine, you're right. The market will reverse from the pivot point. Maybe yes, maybe no. I am long on the AUD 4-hour chart, have my doubt. Great, Annie, you are together with time to shine. How does your long trade look like from the monthly perspective? Market is likely going down because it hit the pivot point. Maybe yes, maybe no. So short or monthly? No. Jan says, look at the weak volume at one, the short term 1-2 months it maybe go down, but in long term it's going probably go up. Thank you, Jan. It looks like stopping volume at around 60. Maybe yes, maybe no. We don't know this. So everybody, what is the market going to do most likely? And why you said, well, because of the pivot point. Well, maybe yes, maybe not, but the market for the long trader, you say, okay, so the market is going to push down because we have a pivot point, and Okay, maybe yes, but also you have here past support. So, and for the trader who is long on the 1 hour chart and 4 hour chart, should he stay long or should he go out or should he short? What should he do? Mentor passion, can we draw trend lines? Of course. Market made new relevant high, yes. Long term short. Short term short. No sir. Now long. No sir. It is heavy selling. No sir, it's not. The market behaves exactly in the way that it must behave. It's nothing new. Salbakti, do you want an uptrend line or a downtrend line? Which one do you want? Can we draw trend lines? Yes, we can. Sure. So we can draw this downtrend line if you... I don't know which one trend line do you want, or the downtrend line. Okay. So this will be one downtrend line if you want. And this is the other one. So for everybody, again, for everybody who is positioned long, how does this trade look? Looks like from the monthly perspective. You know? And the question is, when we talk about trading, what is the market going to do? And we are talking about trading most likely, and why? Christian, monthly candlestick formation is bearish. No, it's not, because it's still forming, everybody. This candle is the secret. This candle is part of the secret to your losing or winning trade. But it's just a part. So looks like it's forming bearish, but it's not bearish yet because we need to wait until the end of the month. And this is a rule. Downtrend line. Okay, you have it. You have it. Downtrend line. Market can reverse at pivot point, made new relevant high, bounce F support and then go low. Yes. Yes, it can, but the question is it going to do this? So the $1 million question for the beginner trader, what the market must do. And this is one of the first lessons from the basic module. What the market must do. It's a must. It's a must. What the market must do. It must do what? It must do a pivot point, or it must do a Fibonacci point, or it must do an uptrend line. What the market must do. Make two high lows and two. Okay, so time to shine, you are getting there, my friend. So what is the market going to do most likely? So we have the first, if you want, extension leg, right? We have what looks like the fourth extension leg, right? What is the market going to do most likely? It must wave, yes. Going up and down, it must wave. So, and in order to wave, what is the next thing that the market must do? At least it looks like, because it's going down. Yes, and in order to wave, what it must do? How can the market wave? Retracement, yes. What is the definition of the retracement? Retrace, yes. Extend, retrace. So, okay, everybody, we are clear that the market must retrace, right? And in order to retrace, two higher high, two higher lows. Okay, so what is going to do now, most likely, this week and the next week? Most likely, we don't have the crystal ball. You are one answer from the answer, everybody. Try to explain a little bit more what makes a wave, what makes the retracement and extension. So what is the market forming right now? We are in the beginning of structure retracement. Everybody, all of you are right, but still, all of you are right when you look at this market long term. The problem is short term. Make a higher low, time to shine, congratulations, big applause for you. Make a higher low, everybody. This is the answer that I was looking for. So today, because the monthly candle looks like it's pushing down, so what is the market going to do? Most likely it's going to close, most likely it's going to close a high. And in order to close a high, what is the definition of a high? It's a center candle with two candles on the left and two candles on the right with lower high values, you know. And this is why going long right now, and again, there is no right or wrong, and this is a probability game, and the market can do anything it wants. But if you want to take in consideration, and maybe I'm wrong, you know, because we are just talking about on the monthly chart, maybe on the daily and on the weekly, we are going to see different things, but from the monthly standpoint, the market must wave. All of you were right. The market must make a retracement. Again, all of you were right. And in order to make a retracement, it must make first, it must close a high, and then the market must close what? Must close a low. And if it's going to push higher, everybody, it's going to close a higher low, you know, compared to the left one. And then we are going to have most likely the change in the short-term trend. Most likely, you know, we are making projections. Okay? So, what is the market doing long term? Up or down? Again, long term is structure. Okay? Where is the chart? Where is the questions? One more time, everybody, then we are going to go on the weekly chart. So what is the market doing long term? Down. Long term is defined by structure. What is the market doing short term? Short term is up because the market made the higher high. So what is going to define the short term is the short term trend. So we are up short term. What is the market doing right now? The market right now is falling because of the monthly candle. And what is the market going to do? Most likely, the market is going to close a high because it must wave. And in order to wave, it must close a high. And this is a complete analysis, everybody, for a beginner trader who ended the basic and the beginner module. And if you don't know how to analyze the market with this kind of conclusions, I'm telling you again, you know, go back on the Ducascope YouTube webinar page and start to watch lessons starting from lesson number 1. Or, and some of you are stubborn, ask for help. Ask somebody for help. You can ask me for help or Victor or somebody else, you know, no problem. It must make a high, make a higher low. So as we are in the middle of the month, why can't the candle make an even higher high? It can. This is a projection, it can. And this is why you need to be careful, everybody, because we are talking right now. If tomorrow this candle is bullish, it's going to change everything. You know? We are talking about right now, because right now we are entering into the market. The market can do anything it wants. But there are some rules and concepts that you cannot debate. And rule number one, the market, in order to wave, it must form and close highs and lows. It cannot wave other way. No chance. It's pure mathematics. You know? And because the market made a higher high and it's pushing down, that's why we are expecting, probability wise, that the market is going to close a high. But in order to close a high, it must stay down. You can call it short-term long without even making two higher highs and two lower lows, and then 100% confirmed trend. Time to shine, we are going to check. I mean, this is just the analysis from the monthly. Okay, let's wait. Everybody, any question about the monthly chart before we jump on the weekly and daily? I'm telling you, time to shine, and any maybe you are not wrong, you know. I need to see the weekly chart and the daily, but this is the monthly. Anybody, any questions before we jump to the weekly? No, clear. Okay, so clone weekly chart. Weekly chart. This is the easy one, right? Because many times the weekly chart is going to be similar to the monthly, but we are going to have challenges on the daily. So weekly chart, everybody, what is the market doing long term, short term, and right now? And as you can see on the weekly, we have more data, right, to answer the question about what is the market doing right now. And we are getting closer, Annie and Time to Shine, and anybody else who is quiet but it's long on the AUDJPY. How does your 1 hour trade, 4 hour trade long look like from the weekly perspective? This was the monthly, this is the weekly. And let's draw an uptrend line, if the mouse is going to allow me something like this. I'm sorry guys, some of you are sending me text messages that the volume is low. I really don't know what to do. I'm sorry, I really don't know what to do anymore with the OBS software. You know, I don't know what to do to increase the volume. Okay, I'm sorry guys, guys and girls, I don't know what to do. Looks like I'm going to, during the weekend, I'm going to reinstall the software, okay? Annie says the high of the last candle is higher than the previous high. Has this fact no impact? The high of the last candle is higher than the previous high. Are you talking about the monthly chart, Annie, or are you talking about the weekly chart? Salbakti says understood. Christian, 1 week short. LT down, so long term down, short term up. The volume is okay, says Christian. Okay, great. Okay, now, not just time to shine an any. Everybody, what do you think? Should we short the market or should we go long? Long term short, short term long, and market is confirming the high. Looks like, right? Looks like. So let's make a poll, everybody. Should we go short? Remember, this is the Forex trading week. We are trying to implement what we have learned so far. Now the question is, what kind of a trade should we take? Should we take a long trade or should we take a short trade? And remember, there is no right or wrong. You can take both sides. Monthly. Yes, it has an impact, but this doesn't change anything, and it doesn't change the fact that the market must retrace in order to wave. Yes, it made a higher high, yes sir. Exactly because of this, everybody, exactly because the market made a higher high and we have a possible change in the short-term structure, the market must retrace. Okay? I'm going to give you a suggestion, everybody. This is not a rule, but my experience, okay? The worst entries are the trend or structure breakouts. The worst entries, if you ask me, everybody, it's not a rule, it's just my suggestion, you know, and I know many of you are going to say, no, it's not, I don't agree with you. No problem, you know. In my experience, for the beginner trader, the worst entries are the trend or structure breakouts. When you put your entry, everybody, and you think, well, I'm going to enter when the market is going to make a higher high, you know. This is when the market is going to confirm the trend, and you are right. But as soon as the market hits and make a higher high, it must retrace. This behavior, it's called, in the technical financial arena or teaching, it's called score point pullback. The market hits a high or hits a low, scores a point, like a tennis ball, poink, scores the point, and then it's going to pull back, everybody, because in order to wave, it must pull back, it must retrace. My decision was long, right? But as you, what do you think, Annie? How is your decision look like from the monthly and weekly? Everybody, after trendline break short. Christian, you need to be careful because it's going to be a short-term short or a long-term short. Make a higher high changing direction or invalidating the last higher high. Yes. Yes, so this is this is exactly what I do. Well, I would suggest you not to do this anymore. I mean, there is no right or wrong, but I'm telling you, if you are not consistent with your profits, everybody, and you are entering like this, you know, try to change. This is an entry strategy, okay, that it does not work. It depends on what strategy are you choosing. Swing traders on the 1 hour chart, 2 hour chart, 4 hour chart suffer with these breakouts. Okay, it's much easier for a position trader with this strategy. Sometimes scalpers suffer with this one, you know, because it hits the pivot point or breaks a high and it reverses immediately, you know. So, and there is not a general rule, but I'm telling you, if you cannot make consistent profits and this is how you enter, change your strategy. Don't do this. Time to shine, yes, so it breaks the high, we wait for retracement and then the trade next extension. Yes, sir, exactly. I understand your explanation. Now I think it was far too premature. We don't know. We are going to check now the daily, okay? Because if you enter from the 4-hour chart and the 1-hour chart, maybe the daily was in the right direction. Everybody, it's the same logic. It's the same logic as yesterday when we talked about GBP JPY. It's the same protocol, the same way of thinking if you want. Short term, yes sir. It's going to be short term. So are you sure that it's short term? Christian saying, well, if I'm going to short the market, it's going to be short term. Everybody, how do you translate this? The market is short long term, but you are going to enter short term. So how are you translating this to the probabilities? And yes, you can go short term, no problem. But you are mixing probabilities, everybody. Hola, Akos, how are you? Everybody, you can do anything you want. You can go short term, short long term, long term, long short term, you know. But if you don't understand or mix probabilities, you are going to have a hard time understanding your winners or losers. Or maybe you are going to win thinking that your trade was positioned right with the correct probability and it was not. Like yesterday we were talking about, there are things that you can predict or project and there are things that you cannot predict and project. Okay, so let's jump. What's the time? Okay, we need to move on, everybody. Let's jump from the weekly to the daily. And we are going to use the same questions, the same protocols. Delete, 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 delete. Okay, delete, delete, delete. Now, the daily has a different structure. This is from the monthly, right? The daily is a little bit different. So, daily chart. The daily is a little bit different. So, daily structure, extension, retracement. This one may be extension until here. Extension, retracement, extension, retracement, extension, retracement, extension, retracement. Everybody? Now, same question. This is the million, trillion, zillion, dollar, or euro, or yen protocol. What is the market doing long term on the daily? What is the market doing short term on the daily? What is the market doing right now? And what is the market going to do? And we are talking about trading, most likely, and why. And high to low, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, and high. one more, right? One more low. There you go. Okay, so this is the picture now from the daily. It is my fear of missing the terrain. It doesn't work, Salbakti. Yes, sir. Short term, yes. Salbakti, it is 25% uptrend. On what time frame? Or 50%? On what time frame? So, as you can see, everybody, what is the market doing long term on the daily? What is the market doing short term on the daily? And what is the market going to do? Most likely. Already broke, ruler retracement can't be bigger than extension. So now it's time to trade, right? Now, and we are on the daily chart, we need to decide what we are going to trade. So long or short, and why, and long term or short term, and why, or maybe stay out, you know, stay out. Passion, I don't see the market. When? Well, stay out, you know. Long term down, short term up. No any. This is structure. This is structure. And you have like this. This is the daily structure. So everybody, again, try not to mix long term, short term with the time frames, because every time frame has its own long term and short term view. Okay? You are going to have big challenges, everybody, if you don't understand this when we talk about multiple time frame trading. So the long-term structure on the daily, it's not down anymore. No, ma'am. But you're right. Short-term is still up on the daily. And this is why if you entered on the 4-hour chart and on the 1-hour chart, your trade, everybody, makes sense. Because time to shine. Let's be honest, right? I asked you, how does your trade look like from the monthly perspective? And you said, not good. And I said, Annie, how does your trade look like from the weekly perspective? And you said, not good. Now, how does your trade look like from the daily perspective, which is the confirmation time frame? Looks bad, looks good, or looks better in comparison to the monthly and weekly chart? Everybody, some of you are trying for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years trying to figure out this market. And the question is, why are you struggling? Are those webinars in here? You need to understand the probability game. You need to understand how the market works. You need to understand that the higher time frame controls the smaller time frame. And you need to understand the probabilities on the higher time frame are stronger than the probabilities on the smaller time frames. But sometimes you are going to have a much higher probability on the smaller time frame than on the bigger time frame, and you are going to scratch your head and ask, now what, you know? I have a 50% uptrend on the weekly and I have a 80% short-term down retracement. What should I do? Right? And this is what is confusing for the beginner trader. And this is why you need to practice, 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 practice. And try to understand and figure out and write into your journal, you know, ask questions. Good news, bad news. Good news, trading is a skill. It's a learnable skill. You can learn this stuff. Nobody is born a trader, you know. Christian, long term up because of a new high. Yes, sir. What is the probability? Looks better, right, Annie? Now, before you jump into the market, everybody, because the long term on the daily is up, you need to ask yourself, this first leg, what is this? 25%, 50%? You know? Is it too soon to enter long right now? Should I listen to this one, everybody? Should you enter? Time to shine. Should you enter when you see a breakout up in here? You know, what is your thought process? Looks better with that counter trend line at support and bullish candlestick formation. Yes. Now let's talk about probabilities, everybody. One more time, right? One more time. Monthly, monthly, monthly. Right now, today, right now. Tomorrow may be another story. Right now, retrace. Weekly, right now, must retrace. Okay. Daily, 50% change in structure. Right? So where do we have a greater chance? Too soon, just 50%. It's the first extension. So should we wait or should we stay out or what should we do? Right? What do you think? And again, everybody, this is today. Tomorrow can be this bearish candle from the monthly can be bullish because the market is waving still and the monthly candle didn't close. On the weekly, it's a different story, you know. So we are going down right now, but maybe tomorrow is going to go up again. We don't know, right? We are making projections. But right now, where is the greatest force? It's short or long? You know? And again, everybody, you can go long, right? But this is the difference between being very aggressive and being more conservative, you know. If you're a very aggressive trader, then what you're going to do? Very aggressive, not just aggressive, but very aggressive. I hope I don't know if my English is correct. Enter with 50%. Aggressive enters with 75%. You know, and we are talking about trends right now, you know. Conservative, wait for 100% trend confirmation. Okay. I want my Ferrari. Yes, you can. I have Tesla yet, it's fine. Very aggressive, enter with 50%. Aggressives enter with 75%. Conservative is going to wait. The conservative trader is going to wait for the market to retrace as structure and wait for the market to make a new higher high. And of course you are going to, the aggressive and the very aggressive trader is going to say, Man, but it's going to take 2, 3, 4 months. And the conservative trader is going to say to the aggressive and very aggressive, yes sir. You know? But what I'm trying to tell you, everybody, if you are not consistently profitable, and 90% of you are not consistently profitable, maybe stop being very aggressive or aggressive. Change your aggressive trading because you think that something is going to happen, and try to be a conservative trader. Time to shine. I get confused with structure trends and short-term trend because the short-term trends are confirmed but the structure is not confirmed. Yes sir. But it's not confusing when everybody, this is confusing until when you don't understand probabilities. Until you don't understand how probabilities work, this is what is going to confuse you. It's normal, you know. It's a process. Trade a smaller time frame. Maybe yes, maybe not, you know. The problem of the smaller time frames is that the smaller the time frame, the less important and the more noise it's going to have. Like yesterday, Dennis said, well, I'm trading on a 30-minute chart and 15-minute chart, and I asked him, we had a private conversation after the webinar, and I asked him, are you consistently profitable? Because if you are consistently profitable, keep doing it, you know. And I said, if you are not, go from the 15-minute chart and 30-minute chart to the 1 hour chart, 2 hour charts. So trade on the small time frame, maybe yes, but maybe not. You know, either way, this is a process where we are trying to learn as beginner traders how to make sense out of our losers. Not that much the winners, you know, but the losers. Because in order to make consistent profits every month, you must not increase your losers. And this is one. This is one loser in here. And if you are keep doing it, and again, this is just my opinion, okay? It's not a rule, just my opinion, my experience. But maybe this, you know, Salbakti, maybe you are doing this, and this is stopping you from having your Ferrari. Or Porsche or whatever, you know. Private jet. Yes. You know. Okay, everybody. It's a probability game. You are going to enter here, some is going to enter long, somebody is going to enter short, and one is going to win, the other is going to lose. But after 10 trades, like this one, an edge is going to be shown to you. And if you are doing this kind of trades and you have more losers than winners, then your entry doesn't have an edge. You don't have an edge in the market, and this is why it can easily pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 years and you are still going anywhere. Does this make sense to you, everybody? And again, 90% of you are stubborn. What do I mean by that? Ask for help. If you are trying, everybody, for 5 years plus, ask for help. You know, ask anybody for help, for that matters. If you are 1 year, you know, the second year trading, you know, you are learning, okay, no problem, you are still in the process figuring out how this works, you know. But if you are trying for 5 years plus and you read thousands of books and been to thousands of seminars and you are not going anywhere, I'm telling you, ask for help. Because you can bet in the next 5 years plus nothing is going to change. Why not? Because you have bad trading habits. And you cannot solve it alone because those are habits. You need somebody else to tell you and to analyze your trading and tell you, I think that this and this and this tool or parameter or way of entering, managing and exiting a trade is not okay. And you have numbers to tell you. The numbers don't lie, everybody. Right, great lesson. Thank you, Salbakti. But unfortunately, 90% of traders are still stubborn, you know. No, you know, I'm going to watch the webinars on Ducascopy because those are free. You are not going to get there, everybody. Never. I'm telling you. And I'm telling you from my experience because I was there thinking the same things that you are thinking. You know, oh, I need to finish the 101 course first and then I'm going to ask Passion for help. Well, see you back in 2030 then. You know? Okay, everybody, our time is up. Watch this webinar today 2 or 3 times and try to learn about probabilities because next week we are going to move further on. Until tomorrow, stay strong and trade with passion. This is FXPassion signing off.